Oh yeah, guys, look at that beautiful 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ bone stock sitting in my driveway. Hey, what's up guys? I'm Dan H and welcome to the project. We are driving in RecJ. If you guys haven't been following along, this is a 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ that I got as a parts car because it was smashed really bad, front end collision. But you know me guys, I couldn't let well enough alone. I had to tinker with it. I got it started, got it running, figured I couldn't part it out. I just love XJ so much, I decided to build it. So here we are, fast forward a few months later. I am driving in this XJ. So what do you say? We give it a good walk around. I'll show you everything about this beautiful Jeep. Alright guys, here we go. 2001 Jeep Cherokee XJ, known as RecJ, now RESURRECT. This whole thing was bashed in, it was damaged. That's why I got this thing for 200 bucks, parts car, but sometimes you just gotta save them. So I got this thing running and I couldn't part it out. So the first thing I did was went ahead and fixed this window over here because it was broken. And the first thing we're gonna do is fix this broken rear vent window. I didn't want the bugs and the critters to get in it, so I replaced the window and got this thing all sealed up nice and neat. Our vent windows are in. I sealed this whole thing up. I left it on the slab in the back, and what I ended up doing was I actually used parts from this ignition system to diagnose a bad crankshaft position sensor in the Stimulus XJ, the police Jeep. So I did take a bunch of parts off, ended up putting things back on, flip-flopping between this and the 2000 XJ, but this thing got a thorough ignition system check just by doing that, so I know this thing starts immediately without any problems. So I removed all the damaged parts, scrapped all that, got a couple bucks for the weight in steel. I have accumulated quite the pile of Jeep scrap. And then I was able to piece together all the tidbits that was missing. The grille, the headlight doors, the header panel, fender, actually both fenders. I had all this stuff in stock. I didn't have to buy a single body part. So I got all the body parts put back together, every single nut and bolt with stuff that was in my own parts pile. Ta-da! Look at all those parts. I hate to walk away from a part. Moving into the inside, I did replace the radiator. Unfortunately, that ended up leaking. I replaced that again with a new one from Andy's parts pile. All right, here we go. Brand new factory radiator. Thank you, Andy. But we got that in on the live video. So that was just about all the parts. Bumper ends, bumper, lower valence. This was all on my parts pile. This fender right here was actually a Black Beauty's fender. I swapped this out because it had some rust. So there's a million different reasons why you might want to change your fender. They could have little paint chips like this. They could have little dings like this. They could have rust spots like this. Or they could be completely bashed like this. What actually happened was I ended up dinging Black Beauty's fender again right after that video, or during that video. You're never gonna believe this, guys. I just dinged my new fender right down to the primer. This fender we ended up sanding down and painting, and now ironically this fender is in better condition than Black Beauty's. If you have a keen eye, you'll notice that the shiny paint stops right here, and all this, the hood, header panel, even the grille, this is all Rust-Oleum. both fenders, the hood. There was even some damage up in this area. I did a little body work, fixed all that. The only way you could tell that I repainted it was this nice little handprint. That's my dad's signature. I'm gonna zoom in on this because I think it's really cool. We really put our mark on that one. But we're gonna repaint this whole thing in Raptor liner eventually. That's gonna be the future. But this is just a quick restoration back to original, and that looks really good. So this is the outside of black. Well, no, this is RecJ. This is RESURRECT. It's a black beauty now. But there we go. We got stock wheels for it. We did a door video. Ready for this one, guys? Woo! This is probably one of the worst XJ doors I have ever seen. We got some bad hinges right in here. Those are completely shot. And the hinge itself is ripping off the body. Yeah, not good. But hey, look at that. The door closes beautifully. Let's see. Rear door, that's the same. There's some bad paint over here. What else did we do? Walking around. Yeah, we did these struts. Hey, check this out. This is a ZJ 5.9. We got a 9er spare cover. I had that in Grievous, but I gave it to my dad because the Grievous got bigger tires. Let's see, coming around, everything is very, very nice. So let's go under the hood and see what else I did. All right, guys, here we go. Let's take a look under the hood. I guess we could start over here at the PCM and this wire harness. All this area was restored because this inner quarter panel was completely bashed in. You can see the part that was replaced. It ends here and it comes all the way out to here. This inner quarter panel, I welded this on. Man, it came out good. It is nice and straight. So this whole inside was replaced, welded in, along with the inner quarter. I also welded on the bumper support bracket. The radiator fits right in here. This air box was in my parts pile. The original one was bashed. The fan and rad and the AC condenser, this was all stuff lined up for my project Beach Jeep. But since it all worked and was easy to put in, I just popped that on here. What else? We had a new power steering pump. Crud cutter, the must for rust. Let's see what it does against this seized up power steering pulley. The reservoir was bashed. I figured if we're getting a reservoir, might as well get a pump. So this is a remanufactured pump. It's actually the second remanufactured pump. The original one crapped out as soon as we started this thing up. It was grinding. It would not take fluid. It was actually a disaster. So we got a new one going on there. Be careful when you buy remanufactured parts, guys. You never know if they're going to hold up. So yeah, return that one. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, some good stuff going on in here. We got a brand new water pump. We'll line everything up. Nice. New thermostat housing, new thermostat, obviously. Now before you go ahead and put this on, you want to make sure that thermostat is in there nice and secure. If the thermostat comes out of its little housing spot and slides down, it won't seal correctly and you'll have a leak, and that would be bad. But we took off the harmonic balancer, took off the timing chain cover, put in a new timing chain, slides right on, timing marks match up. This is looking really good. This water inlet tube that screws onto your water pump, it was brand new. I got it from DOORMAN and it came from the auto parts store, Defective. Look at this shit. This DOORMAN water inlet is leaking at the weld from the nut to the inlet tube. And if you look right in here, right where this nut meets the tube, that little seam, that's a welded seam. Now this weld looks really good. The other weld, after further inspection, but it was already too late, it was on the vehicle, it was pissing little drops of coolant between each weld. I don't know, maybe the weld machine at the factory was running out of wire, who knows. But my dad, since he has more patience than I do, he got in there, he cut out a sleeve with a Coke can, he wrapped it around with a hose clamp and stuffed JB Weld all up in there, and it worked. He sealed up the hole. No more coolant leaks, which is fantastic, because I didn't feel like taking off the water pump again. So that was this nightmare. We got a new fan shroud. The clutch fan shroud was completely mashed to pieces, as so many of them are. Insert clip of new clutch fan shroud. I got this on Amazon. I'll put the part number and a link in the description. So coming around here, we got the AC compressor that was originally in this Jeep. I do believe the AC still works. Again, the coil pack, part of the ignition system. I tested it and checked it with all the parts from the Stimulus XJ, aka Police XJ. We're in Project RecJ because over the course of the last week or so, I've been swapping out its ignition system components from Project RecJ to Project Police Jeep, because I know everything in this works. It's a running and driving Jeep. Well, it starts anyway. And over here we have this big, huge, oversized battery. This battery is another story on its own. This is the whole reason why RecJ got built, because my dad unfortunately rolled his brand new 1999 Ford Expedition. So to ease the pain of that loss, we decided to build this thing together. This battery is the only thing that lives on from that Expedition so far. We put it in the XJ. It's giving this thing a heartbeat, if you will. Fuse box, nothing special here. Everything was tested along with the ignition system. Coming around here also, we got a brand new hood light. So that works, that's cool. Most of these things are junk. I'm actually going to make a video on how to restore one if you're interested. That should be coming when I have time. So there we go. This is the engine bay of RecJ resurrected. All right, this grill is painted hammered black. That's a Rust-Oleum color. Gives it a little bit of gray. The black is gray, go figure, but that looks cool. Textured look. These headlights were from my brother's XJ. I reused those. We got these factory wheels from Andy. Some loaner tires. Kumo Venture. Okay, very cool. All of this is going to be replaced when we do a lift soon. This Jeep is in desperate need of a good set of wheels.
I don't have wheels in my car.
Moving on to the interior now. You got a 2000 Jeep Cherokee Limited set of seats in here. This seat was, I believe it was cannibalized when I got it. Also, we got in here an overhead console, and we got the headliner of my beach Jeep. I took this out to restore my Jeep. Ended up having it in my basement for a couple years, but realized I didn't need it because I cut in half two Jeeps, and I'm doing a custom headliner. So this Jeep was the recipient of my parts pile on the interior as well. Everything works, the compass and all that good stuff, because this was originally a XJ Limited, so it had all the wiring for this. Although it was cut, I got myself some new plugs, wired it back up, and it worked. And I didn't even need to replace the ambient air sensor. It was the one thing that survived the accident. Boom, there you go. So if you guys want to add yourselves an overhead console to your Jeep, it's not too hard. You got to find an overhead console from an XJ. We also have to get you a mounting bracket. There's a little bracket in here that the console slides on. You're going to have to cut a hole in your headliner to get this thing on. You'll need the wiring. Now there's 3 different wiring sets, I believe, maybe 2. Gonna have to double check that on your own, guys. But 97s and 98s had different plugs. 99 might have had its own unique plug, and 2000, 2001, their plugs are the same, but you're gonna have to run a wire from the top up here, the headliner, goes down around there and into your little, well, excuse me, oh, you can't see it anyway, the kick panel's there, but we got a junction box right down there. So we need this, the wiring, the little panel, and the ambient air sensor. Also, you'll probably need the mirrors that latch into here. Not the mirrors, well, the visors with the mirrors. They have mirrors. And yeah, so that's that, guys. This RecJ is a limited, so it came equipped with a CD player and a tape deck. Look at that, the high roller set. And it's also got bass and treble and mids right up here. Got an EQ. This was a pretty cool option. Heated seats, of course, heated leather seats, and an RecJ. I wasn't able to salvage the limited door cards. They were smashed up and cannibalized also, as many RecJs would be if you were to find one being parted out. I had myself a set of interior panels, so I replaced them with that. So not too bad. As you can see, we have ourselves a lift kit amongst other things. So we're going to be doing a lift in this RecJ very soon, actually upon completion of this video. So let's check it out real quick. Control arms, leaf springs, shocks, we got some pucks. We also have here a oil pan gasket. We have a rear main seal. We have a Melling oil pump. We got some springs. Got a whole bunch of other goodies in this rough country box. I'm gonna give you guys a complete lift kit video. And over here is the oil pan we're gonna be putting in. I'll show you why in just a moment, but I'm gonna give you guys oil pan video and rear main seal video coming up shortly. Let's check out why we need the oil pan. Let's see if we can see it from here. Oh, yep, look at that. I moved the drip catcher for filming purposes, and now I got a mess in the driveway. Yay. So this oil pan was dinged really bad in the accident. We did fix it, but it busted through. Yeah, so we're gonna do an oil pan. Haha! Ta-da! These are the wheels that RecJ is gonna get. We got ourselves some General Grabber ATX tires. These are really nice. They are 245/75 R16s. They're about 31-ish inches, and they are wrapped on these beautiful Icon wheels. These are the wheels that should have been on that beauty, and who knows where they are now. But I got this set for the Grievous in a desperate mode to get myself replacement tires when my tires were bad. But here we go, they're going on the RecJ, a Jeep that it belongs on, and I can't wait. So we got the lift kit coming soon. Now, a couple other things we got going on for RecJ, if you can see it, is that dirt bound bumper I got from my buddy Kyle in Jersey. Now down to business, we got a bumper to buy. Check this out, guys. We got dirt bound rear bumper. I also have an Aries front bumper. It's a 3-part bumper. We're gonna go ahead and get that on too. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for this RecJ walk around. It is now RESURRECT. It is no longer wrecked. It runs and drives. Everything's great. Can't wait to lift it. Of course, we got the oil pan video, oil pump, rear main seal, all that good stuff. We got a bumper in the works, and I really can't wait to see it with these Icon wheels and the General Grabbers on there. It's gonna look a lot like Black Beauty. So I guess that's it. It's like my daddy used to say, only thing better than an RecJ in your driveway is 2 RecJs in your driveway. Right? You used to say that?
That's right.
Or did I just make that up? I don't know. So alright, guys, on that note, we're gonna close this out. Remember to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next project. Peace. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Dan H, and welcome to the first episode of Project RecJ. That's right, you guys voted to save this Jeep. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna build this thing. It is not gonna go to the scrapper. We got a new project for the project.